the home white, Jessica Carter, who has made it a habit of winning opening tips, does so again for the Bulldogs. And here we go with Mississippi State's starting five. Anastasia Hayes, Alana Smith, Jerkayla Jordan coming off an outstanding month of February. Debrisha Poe, one of the top freshmen in the league. And Jessica Carter, who's leading the team in scoring and rebounding. 6 on the shot clock as Hayes drives the lane and gets the game's first 2 points. Starting five for Texas A&M with Bowles going off for a career-high 22. Yesterday, Sahara Jones has been playing very well. Jada Malone matched a career high in the win against Vanderbilt yesterday. And Aaliyah Patty had a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds, and added 5 assists in the Wednesday win.
Well, this is going to be a fun matchup for both teams, and just watching, trying to get the ball down low to see Malone out wide, taking it up to Jessica Carter.
How about that? Jada Malone driving the lane for 2. Malone was 6 of 7 from the field, made her first 6 attempts yesterday against the Doors. Jerkayla Jordan launches a 3 and makes a 3.
She has been shooting lights out. Jerkayla Jordan, we've been watching her yesterday, just locked into every single shot that she could potentially have. And I tell you what, she is balling right now.
Last touch by Hayes, and it will stick with Texas A&M. Joni Taylor, first season as Texas A&M's head coach, no stranger to taking a team deep into the SEC tournament while she was with Georgia. Is there a little advantage here for Texas A&M? We heard Mike Neighbors talk about it with our studio crew after game 1 as Bowles launches a 3 and it's a little too strong. They were on this floor yesterday. Is there a little advantage for Texas A&M because they've gotten the jitters out of the way and Mississippi State is new to this floor?
Well, I definitely agree, and being able to get that shot to knock the ball down, but I definitely agree. I mean, you come in a new place, a new court, even though you got a chance to warm up on it, it's nothing like playing a game.
Jordan too strong. Carter fighting for the rebound, tied up by Bowles, but Carter muscles it away and now runs to the basket for 2. Hayes with the assist.
Stay with it right there, and Jessica Carter finding that position, a wide open look.
Drive to the basket, there's Aaliyah Patty for her first 2. So 3 different scores for A&M, 3 different scores for Mississippi State in the opening minutes. Make it 4 different scores for Mississippi State. Debrisha Poe, member of the all-freshman team in the SEC, averaged better than 8 points a game this season. And she's good from the outside, knocked down 6 threes as part of her career high 21 at Tennessee this season.
Well, you have players that can switch and play multiple positions, and I think that's the benefit for Mississippi State. He said he's going to rotate players in because of the way that he wants to play. He wants to get up and down the court, and I think that's the thing that you watch for Mississippi State.
Hayes finds the cut, and Jessica Carter counted, and the foul. Beautiful finish by Carter.
You know where to be, and you're in the right place at the right time. Anastasia Hayes sees Carter going straight down. Green didn't call for that foul, but just a great possession right there. Knowing where to go, knowing where the ball is going to come. I think they've run that play a couple times.
Jessica Carter has finished that play a time or 2. Of course, she wasn't playing last year, though. Took a year off to focus on mental health, and she has come back this year. Second team all-conference, all-defensive team. Top 12 in the league in scoring, top 5 in rebounding. She has had an outstanding year, and Sam Purcell could not say enough good things about what she's done and what she has meant to this team. And I think the team has meant a lot to her, too.
Well, I think even just development. I mean, he's only been here for a year, so he wasn't here prior to the season. She, playing her best basketball. But I think even now, watching her, she just seems more comfortable.
Bowles on the pull-up, won't drop, and a rebound for Jordan. The drive, the left-hand finish won't go. In for Carter is Ramani Parker, the junior from Fresno, who was at Louisville with Sam Purcell and came to Starkville with the first-year head coach, who was a longtime assistant to Jeff Walls. Parker battling injury this year, missed more than a month, 11 total games. As she continues to get back to full strength, she is what Sam Purcell says is wild card.
A wild card, meaning she can play inside, she can play outside. We've seen her knock down some big shots. I'm thinking back to that Tennessee game when she knocked down that corner three right on time, what they needed. And I think that's the thing. Parker is still developing and figuring out where her flow is. Since she's been in and out, she's still learning the ropes.
Good job by Poe on the glass, a second chancer for Mississippi State. Parker was looking for the call, nothing came, and it will be Texas A&M basketball. So here comes the top player for Texas A&M. We haven't mentioned the name Janiyah Barker yet, member of the all-freshman team, and has been coming off the bench for A&M since returning from a wrist fracture after missing 10 games. That fracture happened November 30th. They say the ball was tipped, so it stays with Mississippi State, 7 to shoot. Right away, Barker with a rebound, tries to get rid of it, does before hitting the floor. Jacayla Jordan knocks it away from Bowles.
I think it's going to be really important for Mississippi State. You mentioned it earlier, multiple players getting involved in the offense. And when they get into that one-on-one game, I don't think they're as effective. I think they're more effective when they play together, when they pass the ball. Obviously, Jessica Carter down low, you find her really good, I think, deceivingly well, does a deceivingly well job of passing the ball.
Today, Hilton, who had a good game yesterday against Vanderbilt, is into the game for Texas A&M. Look for Barker on the post-up. Hilton drops it back to Patty. Has good range from outside and buries the three-pointer. Aaliyah Patty, better than 30% from outside the three-pointer. That's her 16th three of the year. Asian A. Johnson into the game for Mississippi State. There is Hayes on the take. Patty with the block.
Patty, great move on the offensive end, great play on the offensive end, great play on the defensive end.
KK Green. And Carter gets called on the reach.
It's so important right here. You look at penetration and kick, and just a great job. Hilton spacing out the defense and not allowing enough room. Patty, Jessica Carter tried to get out to Patty, but Patty is comfortable shooting that shot.
Patty tries to get around Carter. Can't finish with the left hand. Danae Carter into the game for Mississippi State. To make a mention, they continue to run players off the bench. And here's one of their top bench players, Asian A. Johnson. St. Bonaventure grad transfer. Has been playing very well. Had 7 points, 3 assists last time out against LSU to close out the regular season.
Sam Purcell said, we are going to make this a track meet, and you've got to have enough batters. You have to have enough people, and you've seen players in and out. We'll continue to see that all afternoon.
Patty looks for Barker. Tough pass for her to handle. But a foul is called on Carter. Good start for Mississippi State. We'll talk more about Sam Purcell and his team when we come back to Greenville. First quarter, game number 2. 2023 SEC Women's Basketball Tournament on the SEC Network is presented. Back in time there, Brooke.
Well, think about it. It's their first time playing on this court. There's a lot going on in the arena. Sometimes I lost a little focus yesterday, right? Sometimes you can lose focus.
Janiyah Barker gets her first 2 points, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers for Barker in the win against Vandy yesterday. 5-point game.
Keep your eyes on number 2 in the maroon. Barker, she is a player you're going to want to watch, that you will watch for the next 4 years.
It's tipped, but into the hands of Jessica Carter, who gets it on the foul. Anastasia Hayes has been an outstanding playmaker for this Mississippi State team this year. An elite scorer in her college career, over 2,000 points. Now at her third school, but she's found her teammates here today.
And Anastasia Hayes, look at Jessica Carter. She had 2 players on her, and obviously Malone was in the front and pushed off a little bit, but Carter in her move able to finish.
Malone picks up her first personal foul. That's the 3rd assist for Hayes so far. You heard Jessica just a moment ago talking about her new head coach. And when you think about Jessica Carter, when she got to Mississippi State, Rick Schaefer was her head coach. And Nikki McRae-Penson, she left for health reasons. Doug Novak stepped in October 12th last year and got the team to 15 wins. And then Purcell took over this year. So there's been a lot of people drawing up plays, people in here at practice for quite a few of these players. Now, one thing that Purcell has done, he has gone to the transfer portal and brought in some big pieces. Alana Smith is one. Dejanay Johnson is another. Courtney Weber from Florida State. Ramani Parker we talked about. That's helped get them to the point where they are right now, 29, 9 wins in the SEC.
Well, just playing so well together. And I mean, when you got a focal point like Jessica Carter, just that last play in the possession, what makes her so good? What makes her so good is how she posts up. We are always told you do not pass the ball into the post unless you can see their numbers. She makes sure that you see her. And then when she gets it, she finishes. But I think having the inside play like that, it opens up the outside. I mean, when you look at Jacayla Jordan, when you look at Annie Hayes and what she's capable of doing, because so much of the focus is down there.
A lot of that focus is going to increase on Carter because she already has 10 points here in the first quarter, and that's a 10-point lead. Foul was on Janiyah Barker, her first. A.K. Green on the drive. This is the end of the floor where Mississippi State may be at their best, and it's defensively. 5th in the SEC in scoring defense, 3rd in the SEC in field goal percentage defense, which is 12th in D1. But now the narrative changes just a little bit because Jessica Carter just picked up her 2nd personal foul.
Well, you got to be careful down low. And Malone, we watched yesterday, just her posting up down low. I mean, just doing a great job posting up against Vanderbilt. Instead of she had her career high, and she's moving well.
Go right to Malone on the baseline, out of bounds play with Carter on the bench with the 2 fouls. Courtney Weber has come into the game for Mississippi State. There's Weber. Back out to Danae Carter. Carter on the drive. Good hands by Hilton. Knocked it out of play. 9 to shoot for the Bulldogs.
Well, this offense looks a lot different with Jessica Carter not down low, even though you have Ramani Parker. When you're going against Malone, maybe that's not the best position to put her in, trying to bang against the Malone. You got to pull her out. When you pull her out, it should open up the lane to allow more of those penetrations.
3 to go in the quarter, 5 on the shot clock. Jordan wants a screen, time winding down. Jordan has to launch a deep 3. It's no good, but a rebound for Poe. Second chance opportunity won't go down. Parker fights for the rebound. Last touched by Texas A&M. One big edge for Mississippi State that's helped them to this 10-point lead is what they've done on the glass so far. +7 in rebounding margin.
You got to turn around and put a body in Texas A&M. You know, you got to wonder, too, having played yesterday and the game going down to the wire. I mean, Vanderbilt came back and kept pushing and pushing and pushing. How much energy they have to extend to today.
That's a great point, because A&M had to use a lot of energy at the end of the game when Vanderbilt went on a 14-0 run. It looked like they were going to be able to cruise to a win, but the Commodores fought to the very end. A&M struggled with the Vanderbilt pressure, but held on to win. There's a 3. The freshman Poe, good first quarter for her.
You wouldn't know that Poe is a freshman. She's going to get that foul trying to guard Barker down low. You said it, Eric. The offensive rebound. Mississippi State flying in out of everywhere to get those boards, but ends up with a great look. It's only a 2-pointer for Poe.
Put on, thanks, Catch. Two on that shot, so a 2-pointer for Poe. Put clearly inside the line. Aaliyah Patty, that's a 3. Her 2nd of the quarter. 8 points for Patty. Kinsey Green and Aaliyah Patty were the 2 players honored on senior day for Texas A&M. So Patty doing whatever she can to make sure this is not the final game of her collegiate career. Weber, good move to get free. Don't drop, but another rebound, the easiest of the afternoon maybe. for Mississippi State.
Parker a little upset because she spent so much energy trying to help out on the defensive end. She didn't get that rebound.
Smith can't hit it. This time it's Sahara Jones who comes in and gets the rebound. Tamika already 8 offensive rebounds here for Mississippi State.
And they're just getting started. I think they're going to attack the basket and keep attacking. Texas A&M has to put a body on them.
On the break the other way, Poe lost the handle, but didn't lose out on the opportunity to score. Another second chance opportunity. Poe, a chance for a three-point play.
Well, Poe right now, 5 points going to the free throw line, but look at this right here. She goes up one, gets her own board. There's 2 Texas A&M players standing right next to her. Gets her own rebound and then gets to the free throw line.
Maybe a little bit too much standing and watching, so 3 new players coming in now for Texas A&M. With Bowles, Green, and Malone checking in. There is Mackenzie Green, grad student from Manville, Texas. She'll run the point. And she is fouled by Anastasia Hayes.
Just a little too aggressive, but you know, Hayes, that's the way she plays. She got to figure out how the referees are going to play the game. But Texas A&M is going to the free throw line from here on out on those fouls.
Both teams in the bonus, minute 8 to go in the quarter. Texas A&M yesterday shot 52% from the field, and they were 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Maybe most importantly, they made 9 field-pointers in that win against Vanderbilt. This is a team that averaged 4.5 threes a game. There's a second chance opportunity in Bowles. Excellent three-point shooter. Sets and can't hit.
Well, look at Malone going to work down low, trying to find the ball, and that's going to be a kick.
Called on Mississippi State, so it will be Texas A&M basketball. They put 20 on the shot clock. Charlotte Cole will come into the game. So as you talked about, Tamika, Sam Purcell continues to go deep into his bench, showing that depth.
Well, right now you got to figure out who can guard Malone. You can't sacrifice Jessica Carter because she already has 2 fouls. You got to find somebody that can knock out.
And offensive opportunity here on a second chance for A&M. Hilton. Entry pass into Malone. Malone. Nice soft touch. Her hot shooting continues here in Greenville. 6 of 7 yesterday. 3 for 3 today. Johnson on the crossover. Can't get it. Patty with another rebound. Strong quarter for Aaliyah Patty. 3 rebounds. Plenty of time left as Patty hands it off to Green, and Texas A&M trying to build a little bit more momentum here at the end of the first quarter. 5 seconds. Green's got to go. Green with the pass to Malone, just wouldn't drop. A rare miss for Jada Malone. She was off balance, but after falling behind by 10, A&M cuts to the deficit, but a good quarter for Mississippi State.
Well, it's been all Mississippi State, and they have been doing it, attacking the basket, finding the easy shot, sharing the ball. You see up by 6, Mississippi State 25-19.
I love that, Brooke, because you are hearing from a player who, if they lose today, her college basketball career is over. So that urgency is there, and that passion is going to be there in their voice, too.
Well, I know what that feels like to have it. And, I didn't get to finish my senior year as far as playing-wise, but being on the sideline and how he continues to go to work down low. But you got to come out with that energy, with that intentionality. They got the win yesterday. Now it's a matter of 1 game gone. Today is the only game we focus on.
A&M has outscored Mississippi State 10-4 to bring it down to a 4-point game. Johnson. Anastasia Hayes can't get the 3. Battle for the rebound. And coming away with it is Hilton. Hilton looking to take it all the way to the basket, a little too strong on the rebound for Jarisha Poe. Hayes on the run the other way from Mississippi State. Can't get the runner. And Malone's got the rebound.
Couple missed bunnies right here. Both teams going a little bit too fast. See the defense down low, but just collect yourself. Go up strong.
And a foul's going to be called on Cole. We were talking about Patty, and we're here at tournament time. The SEC tournament where it's like, well, for those seniors, and I know it's a little hard to keep track of sometime with the COVID year and everybody getting some extra time, but for Aaliyah, Patty, you just mentioned your senior year was ended by injury, unfortunately. But do you remember earlier in the career when one of your teammates may have been like in a position like this is, we don't want this to be her last game if we can help it. Yeah. What that feeling was like.
Well, you play for your teammates, and that's what the game of basketball, why it is a team sport, is because of that. So when you're on the floor, it's not like I'm just playing for myself. I look to my left, I look to my right. Even right now with you, we are a team, and so it's really important in this case when you know it's almost over. And for those teams that don't get a chance to advance on to the NCAA tournament, that's even harder. At least for, you look at Mississippi State, you look to your left, your right, you have another chance after this in the tournament. Texas A&M trying to figure it out.
Are you insinuating it's almost over for me? Did I miss a memo somewhere?
Oh, just we're teammates. We're teammates.
Well, the conversation was about playing for a teammate who could be playing their final game, and then you brought me in the conversation. I got just a little nervous.
I don't think they're kicking you to the curb. It might be me, though.
No chance. So A&M will have a chance at the free throw line to further cut into this deficit with Tanea Hilton. Joni Taylor, in her first year as Texas A&M's head coach, much like Sam Purcell, kind of hit a big reset when you're building a foundation. And what have you seen from A&M with what Joni Taylor's done, especially over the last few weeks, trying to kind of solidify that foundation for going forward?
Well, I think it's interesting when you watch this team, and we say this all the time, their record does not reflect how they play. Over the course of the last couple of weeks, I think they're getting better. I think they figured out, okay, especially coming into this tournament, what do we need to do? We put themselves in a position to win yesterday. We got to hit the free throw. That's one thing we know for sure.
You've got Jada Malone, who's doing a great job on the glass. Bowles trying to find the range and does so. And Texas A&M has come back to make it a one-point game, and Mississippi State calls timeout.
Well, Mississippi State upset about what is going on, and Coach Purcell trying to keep this thing from going any further. So Texas A&M stepping up. Sydney Bowles continues to fire. Coach Purcell called the timeout, wants to regroup, get everybody back on. But I think Texas A&M, to your point earlier, do they have a little bit of an advantage having the game yesterday? Maybe.
Mississippi State brings Jessica Carter back into the game, playing with 2 personal fouls. Hayes on the drive. Good defense by A&M. Back running the other way. Mackenzie Green a little too aggressive for the Aggies. There was a great point by the studio crew, among many great points they made. I just want to signal one out, but sharing the basketball. A&M yesterday had 22 assists in the victory against Vanderbilt. That's huge. Joni Taylor talked about it after the game. We shared the ball. We moved the ball. And what they've done today, they looked for a home run assist right there that didn't connect, but they've been outstanding sharing the wealth, and they've been swarming on defense now since falling behind by 10, 21-11 in the first quarter.
Well, you're only as good as how you play offensively and defensively and how you work together, and I think that has been the big thing on the offensive end. Like you said, share the ball, find the open players. You don't have to make the play yourself. You got 4 other players on the floor. Defensively, not one person can guard Jessica Carter down low. You have to bring the help, and you have to bring it early.
Patty to the bench. Hayes lost the handle. Poe launches a 3. No. And a good box out by Malone working against Jessica Carter. And then wants to run, and Malone running the floor.
Well, when Jessica Carter fell down, somebody should have picked up Malone at the 3-point line to not allow her to get a straight. I mean, she didn't have to seal anybody. She just ran straight down. The ball came to relief.
How about Jada Malone? 8 points, 4 rebounds already today, and 2 assists. The foul's going to be called on Jada Malone, and it will be her second. So A&M had been a while since they had a lead against Mississippi State. They had 2 meetings this season. On January 13th, Mississippi State won 60-44. The Aggies dressed just 7 in that game. There was a long period of time, if you weren't with us yesterday, if you haven't been following the Texas A&M story, they had 7 players for the first 5 games in the SEC. 7 total games this year with 7 because of injuries. They were shorthanded for a long period of time. Carter lost the handle. Turnover, Mississippi State, Texas A&M ball. Second meeting this year with Mississippi State was much closer, but Mississippi State never trailed, as you just saw. 70-62 was the final. Hayes and Carter at 17 each. All A&M at the moment, though, on top by 1 and outscoring Mississippi State 7-0 here in the second.
I think it's kind of like the game that we just had. You know, you got Missouri, Arkansas used to playing, and Jessica Carter out of nowhere, Barker with the ball.
That's pretty aggressive. Oh, beautiful feed by Barker. Won't get the assist, though, as it wouldn't drop for Patty. How about the aggressiveness of Carter going for the block on the perimeter, playing with 2 fouls?
Well, she had enough space, too. I mean, you can use your arms and your wingspan. I mean, Carter, her wingspan at least is 6'4".
A&M has done a good job defensively here against Mississippi State after a slow start, because Mississippi State was 5 of their first 6, but since then, the Bulldogs are 4 of 20 from the field. 4 of 20.
Jessica Carter's been in and out. I think that has a big thing to do with it. And A&M has increased their defense. They're pushing her off the lane. They're making it hard for the ball handlers to see inside, and I think that's a big part.
And also, too, with Mississippi State, we talked with Sam Purcell about this last night when they practiced after the Vanderbilt A&M game, Tamika, and you saw the success Vanderbilt had turning up the full court pressure. Really bothered A&M. But you can't put the press on unless you're making baskets, and you've only made 4 of your last 20 shots. That's not going to put that kind of pressure on A&M after what we saw yesterday. And so Barker now defending against Carter. Barker sells the offensive foul, and Jessica Carter picks up foul number 3.
Barker baited that. She baited it the whole way. You look right here. You can count it. Jessica Carter, 1, boom. She's moving her feet, but she does. She swings that left elbow just enough, and Barker fell down, but that was an offensive foul.
If there was any doubt, Janiah Barker was going to make sure she went down. But you're right. Huge call, a huge foul, putting her to the bench. Now Barker tries a little fadeaway. That won't drop.
I'd like to see her go toward the basket. She's settling a little bit for the fadeaway jump shot.
Turnover. Mississippi State continues to struggle on the offensive end. Bowles trying to find the range and finds a three-pointer for Sydney Bowles. Bowles now 2 for 7 from the field. Go ahead, Catch.
No, I was just going to say, remember when Anastasia Hayes used to run the offense and they put the ball back, Sam Purcell put her back at the point guard position in the moment. Got to settle the offense a little bit.
13-0 run for A&M to go up by 4.
Well, pushing the pace right here, and when you see a wide open Bowles on the side, you know what she can do, what she's capable of, and you got to get the ball in her hands.
Sydney Bowles had the career-high 22 yesterday, 6 of 12 from outside the three-point line. 14 of her points came in the second half. It will be Mississippi State basketball inside of 5 to play here in the second quarter. Remember, Mississippi State used a timeout early in this second quarter, so we don't have a 5-minute media timeout. We play on. Anastasia Hayes looks to go to work. And KK Green. Shot clock down to 3. Another turnover. 9 straight empty possessions. 5 turnovers for Mississippi State.
Too much penetration down low. Move the ball, pass it around, but Green turns it over to you.
Wanda Smith back the other way. Won't drop. Rebound for Texas A&M. KK Green on the pull-up. That's well short. Mississippi State on the run again. Here's
Back and forth, back and forth.
Hayes dribbles out. Weber not hesitating. That's off the mark, and Bowles with the rebound.
Both teams look a little bit tired right now. Like they're going back and forth, empty possessions, not able to convert.
As we mentioned, too, no 5-minute media timeout after the early timeout, so they play on, and now a foul is going to be called on Weber, who knocked down Barker. Mississippi State is over the limit, so Barker's going to go to the free throw line.
Coach Purcell over there, he said there's no way she pushed for that.
He still may be a little hot on the Jessica Carter foul on the other end. So substitutions for both teams as Johnson's back on. Jordan Bitt to the bench for Mississippi State. There is Janiah Barker. Courtney Lyle, Carolyn Peck are warming up in the bullpen. They have anxiously been awaiting their chance to hit the mic here in Greenville. They're doing their homework. They've been at practices, double checking their notes. You will hear them tonight in one of our night side doubleheader. Georgia, Alabama, and Auburn, all teams taking the floor tonight. Kentucky will make their return to the court. Great read by Barker to get the steal. On the feed, on the back door, Jones fighting hard to keep possession and finish.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen a field goal made, and Jones does a great job to shoot the ball, but Coach Purcell just called a timeout and not happy about the way his team is playing.
His team has been outscored 13-0 in the second quarter. In this quarter, Mississippi State is 0 for 7 while A&M's taking advantage. Aaliyah Patty, you heard from Brooks, said we weren't playing our best. We were only down 6. Well, guess what? She's out of the game. What more is it? Is it more Texas A&M what they're doing on defense, or is it that Mississippi State is just out of sync right now? I mean, they've been outscored 13-0 this quarter.
I think they're out of sync right now, and when you're so focused and locked in and trying to figure it out. But A&M, you got to give it to them. They've done a great job. They're doubling on the ball. Anytime the ball penetrates to the basket, they're sending 2-3 people to the basket. And then they're getting the rebound.
And that's a key thing right there. They're not giving up the second chance opportunities, and they're doing much better on the glass than they were earlier. It's now a -3 in rebounding margin for A&M, which means they are plus, quick math there, +3 this quarter. Three-pointer. I know how to do that math. A&M adds to their lead. 19-0 run for the Aggies.
And they can't back off KK Green. When she's stepping up, you got to step in, take that space. Annie Hayes is afraid of getting hit on that screen.
That time, Mississippi State found the open player with a double game. And after a 16-0 start to the quarter, Mississippi State finally scores. Two minutes to go in the second. Jones, Hilton, three-pointer won't drop, and a foul's going to be called on Sahara Jones.
Take another look at this three-point play, but look, you see Annie Hayes trying to go under the screen, and KK Green is like, wait a minute, I'm a shooter too. So she stepped right into that shot.
32% on the season for the junior from Chicago. After going 0 for 8 from the field, Mississippi State finally scored and a 19-0 run and get their first points of the quarter. Ernie Kindred picks up the personal into the game for the first time for Texas A&M. Hayes with the floater. That won't drop. And again, Aaliyah Patty on the glass. Patty's got 5 rebounds.
That's been the biggest difference I've seen, too. The offensive rebounds, you said it earlier. Mississippi State was getting 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities. They cut that down.
Patty can't score. Now the Bulldogs come back. 1:15 to go. Carter can't get it on the inside. Jones with the rebound. I finally got the math right on the rebounding margin.
That's what you've been doing over here?
They're -2 now for the game. They were -6 in the first quarter. So I think that works out to a +4. One and done on this trip. Here comes Johnson. See the smoke coming out of my ears and just trying to
well, you missed the last possession right there. Sahara Jones trying to go in, and a nice kick out.
And a foul by KK Green on the three-point attempt by Alana Smith. Smith slow to get up as Green ran into her. Green, nice sportsmanship, checking on Smith as she came on the closeout very hard. Aaliyah Patty, she may have a little issue. Not enough for her to come out of the game, though, as Barker will come in. Bowles is back in.
Well, I think Aaliyah Patty, you got 31 seconds before halftime. You kind of suck it up a little bit. She keeps looking to the bench, though.
Well, she was looking back to the athletic trainer. Kind of tapping on her backside. Could be a hamstring thing, just something get loosened out. I mean, she has worked really hard. We can just see that. We've noticed that right from the opening tip here today. She may just want to go put her feet up in the locker room for a few minutes at halftime.
Well, the free throws will definitely help Mississippi State try to cut the lead.
Excellent free throw shooter, Smith at 81%. Makes 3. A&M will hold for a final shot with about a second and a half difference between shot and game clock.
Mississippi State settled back into a zone. See Anastasia Hayes at the top.
Hilton gets the help. Hilton drops it down to Barker. Final seconds. Hayes has a chance to launch it. And that will do it for the first half. What a quarter for Texas A&M. They were down 10 in the first quarter, but outscored Mississippi State 18-5 in the second quarter to take a 7-point lead to the locker room at halftime. The temperature was a little hotter in this halftime locker room. Brooke, what do you have to tell you?
Sam was not pleased with the shot selection in the second quarter. He said, look back to that first quarter. We had so many and ones, and this is what happens. When we get tight, we start fouling, we start taking bad shots. So he wants to see that cleaned up real quick.
Well, there's an open 3 and a good start to the third quarter from Debrisha Poe, who's in the double figures now at 10.
Well, you saw the ball movement right there. Poe, actually, that was a bad pass, but somehow she managed to get that from a down low position and get into her shot.
So let's see if halftime brought a chance for Mississippi State to hit the reset button. I'd say early indications are it did. Ja'Kayla Jordan, who did not do much in the first half, gets the steal and score, and it's a 5-point game. Purcell turns to the Mississippi State fans and wants a little more noise.
Ja'Kayla Jordan, I don't really feel like she was looking at the basket in the first half. Amy Hayes as well. So I think this is a good sign right now. We didn't say this, but Jessica Carter did not start this half. She's sitting on the bench.
Monty Parker is out there. Good catch. Has a stop on one end. Mississippi State flowing with a little momentum right now. Jordan in trouble. Malone comes in to rip it away. And possession arrow will give it to Texas A&M, and Jordan is slow to get up. Well, the story of the score so far in this game, with Carter watching with the 3 personal fouls. that second quarter for Texas A&M. You see the details, the rebounding story in that quarter. A&M out-rebounded Mississippi State. They were +3 in margin in that quarter. And that's a big reason why they outscored them 18-5. There's Jones, gets caught in very deep, but there's Malone inside again. Jada Malone is having an outstanding tournament, Tamika. 10 points for her. She's in the double figures for the second straight game.
Well, it's a little nerve-wracking for her. Jones started driving. She had nowhere to go. And then all of a sudden, you see a nice little flip pass from Malone right underneath the basket.
Pull-up won't drop. Sahara Jones makes sure it's one and done. In all, it was a 9-minute and 1-second scoring drop for Mississippi State in that first half when A&M went on a 19-0 run. And a reminder, Mississippi State did not score until 2:17 to go in that second quarter. And Parker is slow to get up and needs help getting up.
A tough one right there. Jada Malone, you see Parker trying to get around her, and then Malone falls on her, so she is struggling right now.
She's going to have to come out again, and now Jessica Carter will come in, and Parker is going to be helped by Carter to the sideline. Worse with each step off the court. We'll keep an eye on her. Game 1, we saw that in Arkansas. Michaela Daniels and Spencer both getting treatment in the locker room during the game and return to help Arkansas on a big fourth quarter comeback to pick up a victory in game 1 of 4 here today. That's Malone with 5 on the shot clock. Patty sticks with it.
Say that was a nice pass to Patty. But
that's what Jada Malone would say.
We know better than that.
Let's see how long it takes Carter to get into the flow. That's going to be a traveling violation on Mississippi State. Turnover number 9 for Mississippi State. A&M has done a good job taking care of the basketball, Tamika. Just 5 turnovers in this game. They average 18 a game throughout the season.
Well, we have watched them in the beginning of the SEC conference play to where they are right now. We've watched them get better. And even talking to Joni, I mean, she's so positive. So if you're a player on the team, she instills that confidence in you. Okay, we're going to go out, we're going to play.
KK Green drives, can't get it, and here come the Bulldogs. And Janae Johnson on the quick push. Alana Smith can't hit. There's Carter on the offensive glass. KK Green saw the pass coming and took it away. Another turnover for the Bulldogs.
Well, Johnson should have dove down to the basket. She allowed too much space for Green to be able to get that steal. You see Jessica Carter get in trouble, dive to the basket.
But on this end, what does A&M want to do to try to attack Carter here, who's playing with the 3 fouls?
Well, you'll see Jada Malone get down and try to post her up.
There's Malone on the post up. Let's see how Carter defends her. Malone turning off the window, and a foul is called. I think it's on Anastasia Hayes. Yes, you have to hold your breath if you're Mississippi State. Let's take you back a prior possession of this last possession on Jessica Carter defending Malone.
Well, you see she's backing up. She's got 3 fouls. She knows she cannot end up on the bench. I think that foul is going to be called on Annie Hayes.
It was. Although Jessica Carter was a little too close for comfort for Mississippi State, but Hayes does pick up the personal. That's her second. And Jada Malone will go to the free throw line.
Well, that's what Texas A&M will look to see that more and more with Jessica Carter on the floor right now. You got to attack her. She's got 3 fouls. I feel like Mississippi State is a different team when she's not on that floor.
Kayla Jordan left briefly and now is back on the floor. She's been out of sync. Malone can hit the free throw. And Carter's going to get called for her 4th foul. Battling for the loose ball. Carter got tangled up, and that is 4 on the Bulldogs' top player.
Let's take another look at it, though. She's trying to box out. You see it right here. Box out, box out.
That right arm up. on Sahara Jones.
That's a tough one right there. Jessica Carter out with her fourth foul. You look at the lineup right now.
And A&M trying to build some momentum off that big moment. Carter to the bench with 4. They come up to extend the lead back to 9. And then a foul on Sahara Jones on the other end for A&M. Sydney Bowles with another 3-pointer. She's got 9.
I like that drive right there by Johnson, trying to get into the paint, trying to make something come to life for Mississippi State.
Here's the big question. She goes to the bench with 6:10 to go in the third quarter with her 4th personal foul. How long will she stay on that bench?
To the fourth quarter.
When in the 4th?
I would say
5-minute mark. Earlier than that, is it score dependent?
I think it's score dependent. I mean, obviously you see what the score is right now. You don't want this to get out of hand either way. But if Texas A&M continues to roll, you got to get Jessica Carter in there earlier probably than later. But if not, I'm saying probably not to the last five minutes in the fourth quarter.
All right, a couple things just to keep in the back of your head here. Goes to the bench, 6:10 to go in the third with her 4th foul. The score is 41-35 A&M when she picked up the 4. And now she'll be in cheerleader mode for Mississippi State.
I just think Texas A&M is just attacking. They are in straight attack mode right now, and you can tell it's a big difference.
Jessica Carter is telling them attack. And she'll do all she can as a teammate on the bench here as Mississippi State makes it a 5-point game. That one is knocked away from behind. And Carter now turning to the Mississippi State fans, asking them to make a little bit more noise.
I like the energy right there. Of course, you know what Texas A&M is trying to do. Mississippi State has to come alive. They're trying to pick it up on that defensive end. That's what they're known for, defense.
Bowles defended by Jerkayla Jordan. Patty looks for Barker into the game on the post-up. Barker can't get it. Barker still fighting for it. Last touch by Bowles. Mississippi State ball. Jada Malone was on the bench for just a moment, but she's going to come back into the game. She's been such a factor on the glass and with the scoring as well, and just clearing things out on the inside that Joni Taylor quickly got her back in the game.
Well, look at the matchup right now. Who on Mississippi State can guard Jada Malone down low? Nobody. So you got Barker in there. Barker can space the floor a little bit. You let Malone just work down low.
Johnson takes it at Malone, who gets called for the foul. That's her 3rd personal foul. So Jada Malone with 3. What does Joni Taylor do? Leave her out there or bring her back to the bench?
I think you'll leave her out there and look at that. Great job getting into the body. And look at the bench right now. Everybody's excited. Energy is shifting a little bit for Mississippi State.
Jessica Carter just hoping her teammates can keep this one close for a long stretch of time until she's able to get back into the game.
I think it's going to be a minute before that happens.
Johnson at the line with a couple. Bowles will check out as Hilton will come back on. We see Carter. Story so far with those 10 points, but the foul trouble has kept her in check. And now it's put her on the bench. 3 and 2, a deep 2 for Sahara Jones.
Texas A&M, great job. Beating the press, moving the ball, not dribbling, pass, right to a wide open 3. Or wide open 2, excuse me.
And a whistle, and looks like a foul is going to be called on Mississippi State. Advantage Texas A&M on the court, on the scoreboard. Aggies trying to pull the major upset in Greenville.
He said, listen, we actually don't need a home run. I need singles out of everybody. I need hands high on defense, but I don't need any home run ball. First quarter, we weren't doing that. Second quarter, we were. Let's get back to who we are.
So they want to string some singles together here. Let's see what happens. And a foul is called on Jordan for Mississippi State.
I think that's the home run that Sam Cassell is talking about. They do not need. Ja'Kayla Jordan comes in. There's 3 players around her. Just come in with your hand straight up. We talk about this continuously. Anytime you bring your hand down trying to block a shot, it's going to be a foul call. You got to go up with your hand straight up.
With the baseball analogy, I'll bring up a tennis analogy on how the scoring has been, because it's been back and forth here in the third quarter. Mississippi State started the quarter 5-0 run. A&M answered a 7-0 run. Mississippi State then went on a 6-0 run. Now A&M has gone on a 3-0 answer as we go back and forth. But A&M holding on to that 6-point lead.
Mississippi State just got lucky right there because Hilton knew that she missed the shot, almost got her own rebound. Nobody backs it out the shooter.
Today Carter to Johnson. Johnson with the kick. 3 on the way, won't drop. Rebound controlled by Texas A&M. After a very slow start in the glass, A&M has been much better on the boards.
A&M's just done a good job.
Blocking foul called on Danae Carter.
Nice drive. Parker taking it to the basket, not settling for that outside jump shot.
That's 3 on Carter. Now, we remember what happened yesterday, and Sam Purcell knows this better than anyone. When Vanderbilt turned up the pressure, Texas A&M could not handle the pressure. Vanderbilt went on a 14-0 run, ran out of time, and A&M held on to a 7-point win yesterday. One catch for Mississippi State right now is they're not making baskets in order to set up their press, but you know they've got that in their back pocket right now if they can make a hoop or two, right?
Well, Texas A&M doing a good job on the defensive end, too. They're making Mississippi State play differently than they're used to playing. They're used to getting up and down in transition, but they haven't been able to do that. They're used to getting offensive boards, but they haven't really been able to do that.
Jordan with a tough finish for 2. Mississippi State will settle back on defense. Ja'Kayla Jordan has found it going tough here today, but she does have 7 points. Mackenzie Green.
I think that's the player who's going to have to come alive. Ja'Kayla Jordan. Malone goes down in the paint. She's got to get out. 2-3 seconds.
They let them play on, but then an offensive foul is called on Hilton.
See that right there, but here, let's take another look at this. Ja'Kayla Jordan getting it going to the basket. If Parker goes straight up.
There's some contact there. Jordan, you can see her throwing her hands up. One at the end, one. May have deserved it. Smith takes it at Barker. Good finish, and here come the Bulldogs.
Attacking the basket, that's what you got to do. Mississippi State finding the mojo right now. Take it in, take it down low.
That's tip. Good defense here. Mississippi State continues to string the hits together on both ends of the floor. Jordan. Johnson. Johnson finds Danae Carter inside. 5 to shoot. Ja'Kayla Jordan. A lot of contact, and a blocking foul is called on Hilton.
Didn't know what the refs were going to call. A minute his mind went from a charge to a block, but I think that's right. Hilton tried to get in, tried to move over just a step too late. Ja'Kayla Jordan, great job of attacking the basket.
Second personal foul on Hilton. For the record, there was no protest from the A&M bench. So that would give you an indication that the right call was made, and now trying to correct the error with Hilton talking with her head coach, or more accurately, listening to her head coach. So here's Ja'Kayla Jordan at the free throw line to shoot a couple. Second one to come. If you're going to join us here at the SEC Women's Tournament this weekend, be sure to stop by the Sunkissed SEC Fanfare. There'll be live music, there'll be giveaways, games, much, much more. That's tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday at the Plaza here at Bon Secours Wellness Arena. And on Sunday, an added bonus here just to make what's already a big event even bigger. The game day crew will be on site on Championship Sunday. So you know there's championships across the country, including here in Greenville for the SEC tournament title. Our game day crew will be here as well. So we know how great the atmosphere has been for these game days throughout the year. And we'll be here on Sunday.
Well, what an exciting environment. And already we felt it even yesterday, just the beginning of the SEC conference play. This place was packed. They had kids bust in. It was fun. It was exciting. Today it's a good crowd. So as the weekend comes, by the time we get to Sunday's game, it's going to be on fire in here.
I think tomorrow at noon will be pretty warm in here. Oh, beautiful job. Patty with the finish and the foul. A chance for a three-point play. Of course, South Carolina plays at noon here tomorrow in Greenville, South Carolina. So we'll have a huge crowd at noon Eastern time. Here's Patty.
Good drive right there. And two players for Mississippi State trying to step in to take the charge, not able to get it. Foul we called on the other.
We have Patty 6 of 10 from the field. Patty finishes off the three-point play. Free throw shooting has been a struggle for Texas A&M here today. With that make, they're now 6 of 13. Final 2 minutes of the third.
Parker, who went out early trying to check in. Jacayla Jordan attacks the basket again. Gets her own rebound.
Chance for a three-point play. Chance for 2 free throws. Thank you. That's a good teammate right there. I just assumed it when it's Jacayla Jordan. Maybe there's a little something to what Sam Purcell was joking about, because Jacayla in February was unstoppable. 55% from the field, 17 points a game, 7 rebounds. He didn't want her to know that the calendar had turned to March. Just wanted to let her know, February, we're extending February this year.
So today would actually be February 30th, right?
Even in the extending a leap year beyond what you would normally do, no, we can't do that. But Jacayla's been doing it all for Mississippi State. We'll start for her today, but she's closing grounds.
Coach Purcell going to put Annie Hayes back in, so Jordan will get a break on the bench, and I can only imagine just stepping up the intensity.
So a little pressure now for Mississippi State, looking to trap, looking to speed up Texas A&M. Here's Bowles. They didn't have any trouble with the pressure, and Bowles didn't have any trouble making the three. Weber, shut off. Finds Smith. Good defense by Barker. Weber answers with a three.
I like that movement right there. Mississippi State coming off those screens, spacing the floor a little bit.
Bowles, why not? She goes down. She was challenged by Parker. The officials, I think, are going to go to the monitor here. I didn't see something called in real time, Tamika, but you can see Bowles going to her face here, and I think they're going to check and see if there was some contact here that the officials missed in real time. Let's watch it in slow-mo.
Well, she moved forward after that. And
oh, yeah, following through with the hand.
Ruling on the floor is a good three-point basket. This play is under review.
That's the voice of Brian Hall, who will go to the monitor. Fantastic stuff in the third quarter. Good point. Fantastic stuff by the freshman. Final minute of the third quarter. Johnson with a kick out. Hayes in trouble. Rejected by Barker. Oh, good hustle play. Asian A. Johnson threw it off of the Texas A&M player Hilton. 8 to shoot for Mississippi State.
Well, you see and you sense, and I feel the sense of urgency right now. Mississippi State, that last possession, not wanting to take the bad shot. You want to find the right shot. move the ball, find the open player. That's what they're looking for right now.
See, Jerkayla Jordan gets up, coming back into the game. And she'll come in for Hayes. And a whistle, and a foul's going to be called on Texas A&M. I think it's Patty. That's her third. So Malone will come into the game. Oh, correction, 4 on Patty. 4 on Patty.
But Malone is back in the game, so we'll see another matchup down here.
Parker's now with 5, and here comes the pressure. Barker got rid of it, takes a look back at Jordan, who went down, and now Hilton will settle things down. Final 30 seconds now in the quarter. A&M does have to shoot, of course. Hilton, hesitation on the drive, and the finish. Today, Hilton with the score. Quick push back the other way from Mississippi State, taken away. Chance here for A&M, and Hilton is all alone. Smith with the heave. What a finish for A&M to go on top by 9 at the end of 3.
Well, I don't even know where to start, but you look at this play, look at those hands right there. Hilton taking it up all the way, but even before that, the deflection that you saw, Texas A&M doing a great job of getting in.
Texas A&M. Time the score was 41-35. You can see A&M on top by 9. So Sam Purcell says now is the time. Have to put her on the floor.
And she knows the assignment right there, but what she can do is get to a wrestler.
That was quite the fight with Jada Malone in the inside. They played on. They go to Carter right away, trying to spark something for Mississippi State, the number 5 seed, trailing here in the 4th quarter. That's the first points of the second half for Carter. There's Hilton. Hilton shut off. There's the freshman. Won't drop in. Malone kept it alive. Jordan with the rebound.
Mississippi State trying to take care of the offensive boards, not allowing Texas A&M to get any.
Jerkayla Jordan gets downhill, takes it at Malone. It won't drop down. Carter tried to get the offensive rebound. Doesn't seem to me that she's playing very conservatively. I don't know if it is to you, Tamika.
Well, she has to. I mean, this team needs her on the floor, so you got to figure out, even Jada Malone, you can't get caught up in that fight.
Hilton for 3. Loved it when it left her hand, shaking her head as it goes down the floor. Hilton with 8. Carter on the turnaround. No good. Jordan offensive rebound. Jordan wild shot. Carter tipped it. Jordan put it in. Bowles was the one on the deck. Back the other way. Hilton saves it to Mackenzie Green. Great save by Hilton. She's played well here in Greenville.
Yes, she has, and she's played with a lot of confidence. I think as you look at this tournament, you have nothing to lose. You got to put everything out there.
Now they go into the post. Malone traveled. Brooke Weisbrod, over to you.
Rise again, it was a player-led huddle first. Patty looking everybody in the eye and saying, hey, listen, we want this way more than they do. And then the freshman, Janiah Barker, looking everyone in the eye and saying, you're not tired, right? You're not tired. We are not tired. We're going to finish this game out. So whether or not it's just a mentality, that's the mindset here from Texas A&M. We're not tired.
Brooke, even if you were being honest, would you tell Janiah Barker to her face that you were tired? You would not want that smoke from Janiah Barker.
Well, right? I'm gonna tell you, she looked at one of her teammates and they gave her like I'm a little tired look. So yeah, somebody did.
On the drive, Barker there looking for the block, a little too aggressive, and gets called for the foul.
Parker trying to come over, trying to make the play happen. Sometimes she's a little bit out of control, but once again, Mississippi State Smith trying to figure out ways to get to the basket, get those easy plays. If you can't make the layup, at least get to the free throw line or make and get the and one.
Could see Alana Smith shaking that heavily taped left hand. We've seen players really battle through here as Smith misses the first. Two for Smith. Now the pressure. This is where Texas A&M struggled against Vanderbilt.
I feel like they've done a good job today, though. Instead of dribbling, most of the time you've seen them pass the ball. Bowles is not on the floor right now, but she's been the player to get the ball in the corner, set up for those three-point shots.
There's Malone. Malone tries to muscle in. That's Barker who comes flying in. She touched it last. It'll be Mississippi State basketball.
I think you got to be careful if you're Texas A&M. I know you're trying to go at Jessica Carter, but you got to move the ball. You cannot rely on Malone right now in a one-on-one matchup. Mississippi State is collapsing. You got to move and get those open plays.
Three-pointer on the way. Poe can't get it. Jones saved it to Mackenzie Green. Jordan laying out to try to take it away. Mississippi State throwing on the pressure even off the miss. Hilton drops it up to Barker. Blocking foul call. Pointing to the restricted area. Blocking foul is called. Question is, are they counting the basket here? That's Jessica Carter. Carter is still in the game. Hilton picks up the foul. That is her third. They look for Carter on the entry. I think you're seeing two things. They want to go to Carter on the offensive end and maybe forcing it sometimes, and on the other end, A&M, as you pointed out, maybe they're trying to go to their post to try to pick up that foul on Carter instead of just running the offense a little bit.
Just run the offense, and I think, Jessica Carter, she's at her best, not when she's a focal point, but she got to use the play, use the clock, move the ball side to side, and then get into it.
Here's Green. Jones on the drive. Great adjustment to go around Smith to get the bucket. 6 points for Sahara Jones.
Jones played on balance through that drive. She had her head up. She saw the defense. Didn't want to get the charge calls. Flips around.
Anastasia Hayes down to Carter for two.
Those are the plays that you have to have, and you've seen this back and forth. Anastasia Hayes and Jessica Carter just so good at playing with each other.
Hilton with the push. Again, A&M able to get it across half court, and they go to work inside of 6 to go. A lot of time left in the fourth. This has been a high-intensity game, and think about this too, Tamika. A&M played yesterday. They're on the back-to-back where Mississippi State last played on Sunday against LSU. Jones on the drive. Back to the other ends.
Jones, great job on that drive, but let's go back. That pick and roll right there, Annie Hayes and Jessica Carter, they have practiced that a time or two. She puts the ball up high enough where Jessica Carter, all she has to do is go up, grab it, and go straight into her shot. Nobody else could get that pass except for her. Either gets to Carter or it goes out of bounds.
Jordan picks up the foul. That's her third. And here is Sahara Jones, 71% free throw shooter. A&M is now 6 of 14 from the free throw line. Five of Jones' 7 points coming in the second half. 8-point lead for the Aggies. Number 13 seed trying to upset the number 5 seed. Hayes back to Carter. She's fouled and she'll go to the free throw line. That foul is on Patty, and that is her 5th. Aaliyah Patty hoping this is not the last time she'll leave the floor. Hoping her teammates can hold on to this lead and she can play again tomorrow.
Well, Patty has had a heck of a game today. 15 points, 6 for 10, 2 for 3 from the three-point line, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, and 6 rebounds. So she's done a great job of just staying active, keeping this team. And you heard Brooke say all the things she was saying in the huddle.
So Barker is on the floor. Big spot for the freshman. Here comes the pressure from the Bulldogs. Hayes will go it alone, so no trap back in the backcourt here for Mississippi State as we approach 5 minutes to go. Hilton, Malone from the outside. Not her spot, and now Mississippi State back the other way.
Well, maybe that's a shot that she's hit in other games, but I think in this setting, in this situation, you got to figure out, you got to move the ball and get back.
Hayes on the drive. Here comes the pressure. And Hayes gets called for the foul.
Mississippi State doing a great job attacking the basket, coming back on the defense. Annie Hayes, this is what we have seen her do. We know when she gets to that second gear, it's hard to stay in front of her.
Hilton, wounded by Hayes, and that will slow things down. Back to Mackenzie Green. Smith on her. Seven to shoot. Jones does it herself, finds an opening, and finds the bucket.
Jessica Carter went out there to defend, but she knows on that drive-by, you just got to let her go. You got 4 minutes. You got to figure out a way to stay on the floor.
Off for Smith. Inside of 4 minutes to play. Michaela Jordan. Jordan with the kick to Carter. Rebound by Hilton.
Maybe possession matters and Texas A&M taking their time.
Parker. 10 on the shot clock. Jones with a deep three. Loose ball controlled by Barker, and she is fouled. A long three results in a long rebound, and that played to Texas A&M's favor.
Well, the way that ball came off the backboard, I think everybody was scrambling, trying to figure out what's going on. Michaela Jordan just picked up her 4th foul. So now you have Jessica Carter with 4, Michaela Jordan with 4. Bowles back in the game. We got the three-point shooter back on the floor.
Michaela Jordan will head to the bench. 4 personal fouls with 3:14 to go. Bowles just into the game and gets the roll for 3.
Bowles came right off the bench. Not cold at all. Not tired, not cold. Steps into that shot.
9-point lead again for A&M. Carter in deep and 1.
And Jones gets caught for that foul, but look at the screen. Malone sets for Bowles. Bowles comes around. You knew that ball was going up. Expression like that. And Jessica Carter on the other end, about to go to the free throw line to finish the play. The N1. Sahara Jones gets caught for that foul.
Sydney Bowles, 6 of 8 from outside the three-point line. Off the miss. Second chance here for Mississippi State. Three-pointer for the Bulldogs won't drop. Carter had it knocked out of her hands. Last touch by A&M. Bulldogs basketball.
Johnny Taylor at half court, screaming at her team, get a rebound.
Rebounding edges lengthen out here for Mississippi State. They're a +10 in margin.
Mississippi State just so active on the board. That's something that we heard Coach talk about. We are going to be active. We got to get the board. We got to transition offense, transition defense, move the ball, and attack.
Hayes on the attack. Ducks under for 2. 5-point game. Here comes the pressure. Barker to Bowles. Off to Barker. Here comes A&M. Much better than yesterday so far for the Aggies. They get a 3-on-1 the other way. With Carter back, who did enough to change the shot. Ajane Johnson holding on to it. Cutting to the basket and getting the finish is Poe. One possession game here in Greenville, and the Mississippi State fans get loud.
Texas A&M starts struggling, and look, 4 players back. He's going to hold up the play.
Much like we saw yesterday, Joni Taylor does not go to a timeout when you think her team's in trouble. She lets them play through it. Now they go on the inside. Malone in trouble. Got it back to Green. No reset of the shot clock. 6 to shoot. Mackenzie Green has to launch. Offensive rebound, Malone. Green wide open, will try again and make it.
And she looks over at the bench with a smile, because I know Joni Taylor was over there just talking.
Timeout called by Mississippi State. Mackenzie Green comes through with a 3 to put A&M on top by 6.
You look at Annie Hayes trying to get her team going. She goes underneath Jones' shoulder. Get it, drive it in. If Annie Hayes doesn't have it, Jessica Carter gets it, then you still have a lot of time left.
Jessica gives you an idea of the heat on the floor right now because they've been working hard. Smith almost turned it over, but Hayes is there. Now Jordan, final minute of regulation. Jordan goes to work with Carter, launches the 3, won't drop, and A&M's got the rebound. And a foul is given by Poe. That will be the 4th team foul on Mississippi State. So no free throws yet. This gives Mississippi State a chance to set up their pressure. Jordan will check out. Danae Carter will come in. Check it. Jordan stays in. Jessica Carter checks out, of course, with the 4 fouls.
Well, I think you're trying to get some of your scores. You're trying to get their defense. If you can put your foot on the gas, get a turnover right here for Mississippi State. Texas A&M, great job breaking the press. They've done great. Oh, Annie Hayes with the hand.
Hayes takes it away. Hayes back the other way. Barker with the block. The official goes down and keeps his arm in the air, indicating a foul has been called. So Brian Hall staying true to his mechanics, even though he went for a tumble on the baseline. Well done, Brian. We hope he's okay. Watch this sequence.
Oh, look at Annie Hayes' hand. She gets it, gets the deflection, takes it in. Barker trying to get it. And Brian goes down in the back. The cameraman foul. That's a foul on him.
The cameraman in the restricted area, I don't know. But watch Brian going down, but he's keeping that arm up. I've got a foul. Well done, Brian. All right, 37.7 to go. Here's Hayes at the free throw line to shoot a couple. 73% free throw shooter.
This is the clutch player right here. She has stepped up countless times.
All right, here's the advantage. Well, Joni Taylor, I'm looking. She's not going to call a timeout to advance the ball to the front court. She's going to let her team go against this pressure. As you said, Tamika, they've done a good job against it. 4-point game right now. And they go for the home run pass to Bowles. And a foul called on Johnson. We see just about every other team in in that final minute, take that timeout and advance the ball into the front court, but that is not what A&M is playing.
Well, A&M is doing a great job, and they're looking over the press. They did that yesterday as well against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt brought the heat up early in the front court. They were able to go over, and I think, honestly, Texas A&M, they probably operate better with more space.
Holes 72% from the free throw line. Misses the first. Freshman from Lithonia, Georgia, who followed Taylor to Texas A&M, has been big in her first ever SEC tournament. 19 points today, had a career-high 22 yesterday, and a timeout is called here by Mississippi State. They will advance the basketball into the front court in a 5-point game. 34.8 to go. Brooke.
You guys know the relationship.
Showed off that arm to get into the front court.
Well, a little QB action.
She could see the floor, and immediately.
And Barker's got it. Turned over. Here is Hilton, who will go in. Little too strong, but Hilton doesn't give up on the play. What a great job by Hilton. Missed the layup, and now a tie-up. Possession arrow will give it and keep it with Texas A&M. Her shoulders could have dropped. She could have covered her face with her hands after missing the layup, but she stayed on the play. Timeout called here.
Well, staying active, like the pass goes, and Annie Hayes not even around.
Auburn coming to the tournament to step on the floor for the first time. 6 o'clock Eastern time here on the SEC Network. Still plenty to decide here. 24 seconds to go. Barker with the pass to Green. Well, Carter can't give the foul. Someone's got to give the foul for Mississippi State, don't they? It's Malone inside for 2. 7-point lead for A&M.
Well, you're right, Eric. I thought they were going for the foul, but they're not. Nicola Jordan.
That's off the mark. Tracked down by Poe. Final seconds. The turnaround is no good. Another rebound for Mississippi State. And Texas A&M with a stunner here in Greenville. 79-72 the final. The lowest seeded team to ever reach the quarterfinal round of the SEC tournament in its current format.